Welcome to my channel Maths Pursuit. Today we will look into the questions from the chapter called Arithmetic Progression. Hello friends, may I request you to please click on the subscribe button below this video.
The given question is how many terms of the AP 63, 60, 57 must be taken so that their sum is 693. So guys, this is one of the very straightforward and easy question, but this is one of the important question, and this question came from the chapter arithmetic progression, and this particular question came in one of the CBSE board exam in the year 2005. So let's see how we are solving this question. Now, as per the question, the given arithmetic progression is 63. The given AP is the given AP. What they have given? They have given 63, 60, 57, and they want to find us. They're asking us how many terms of this AP be taken so that their sum is 693. Now guys, let's see how we are going to solve this particular question. Now for that reason, as usual, I have just put these figures whatever they have given in the form of a table, so that it will be easy for us to understand without confusing among the figures. Now if you look here, the first term they have given is 63, and so 63 is our first term, second term is 60, third term is 57, and nth term that we don't know. Now the main intention of this is, like, we need to find out how many terms of this AP must be taken so that that sum is 693. Now let us assume, or let us say that let n terms of the given AP, let n terms of the given AP, let n terms of the given AP of the given arithmetic progression be taken to get a sum of 693. A sum of 693. So guys, what we are doing, just we assumed let n terms of the given AP be taken to get a sum of 693. And guys, so as per the question, what we require, therefore I can write from the above Sn, because we know the sum of arithmetic progression is denoted by Sn. So here Sn is equal to 693, because the sum of the given arithmetic progression is 693. This is what we have considered or concluded from here, or this is what being given in the question also. Now let's see how we are solving this question. So if you look at these figures, like third term, second term, and 60 first term, you will see that there is a common difference of 3. So I can find out the common difference D. For each and everything, most of the time we require a common difference. So here common difference, I will take A3 minus A2. You people can consider also A2 minus A1. And as usual, we calculate common difference from end of the given arithmetic progression, not from the beginning, like not from the first term to second term. We are always either calculating third term minus second term, or second term minus first term. Or if there are n more terms, then we'll go with, like, let's say if there are 6 terms, we'll go 6 minus 5, 6 term minus 5 term, fifth term. So here A3 minus A2, then I can write A3 as 57 minus 60, or that is equal to minus 3. So guys, we got the value of D as minus 3. Let us remember this, and let us see what else we can do. And now, as usual, we will use the most important formula for the arithmetic progression, that is AN is equal to A1 plus n minus 1 into D. Guys, this is most of the important formula, so we should not forget this one. We should always remember, always while working out with the arithmetic progressions, we should always keep in mind this particular formula. Now here AN is equal to A1 plus n minus 1 into D, or I can write AN is equal to A1, our first term value is 63, and plus n minus 1. Here n we do not know. So I will just keep n as it is, and d value we got it is as minus 3. Now let us further solve this and we'll see what we are getting. I can write or an is equal to 63 minus 3n plus 3. Just I multiplied minus 3 with this n, it became minus 3n, and minus 3 with minus 1, it became plus 3. Or I can write an is equal to 63 plus 3. It became 66. 66 minus 3n. So guys, this is what we got as an. The value of an that we got is 63 minus 3n. Now let us remember this. Remember this what we got, so that this is one of the factor. This is one of the things that we will require later on. Now let us move ahead and look for the other formula that we know for arithmetic progression. The other formula is like this: sum of the arithmetic progression. It is given by Sn to Sn is equal to n into a1 plus an. This is what we know very well. Now what I am going to do, let us put these values, whatever the values we know, let us replace these values in this formula and let us see how we are doing. So I can write 2 into Sn. The Sn value is 693. This is what we have taken, or this is what is being given, is equal to n. N value we don't know because we need to determine the nth value. So we will just keep as it is n, and a1 is 63 we know, plus an. Or I can write 2 into or 2 into 693 is equal to n into 63 plus 66 minus 3n. Guys, what I did, I just replaced this value of an with what we got here in this step. Just this is what I did. Just I replaced the value of an from there. Now let us solve this and see what we are getting. So I can write this one as 693. 2 into 693 is equal to n into 63 plus 66. So 63 plus 66, how much you are getting? 129 minus 3n. Or I can write 2 into 693. 2 into 693 is equal to n into 3 into 43 minus n. So what I did, I could see that 129 minus 3n, it is having 3 as a common factor. So just I took out that common factor, that is 3. So if I take out this common factor, we are left with 43 minus n. Or I can write 2 into 693 upon 3 is equal to n into 43 minus n. Just I took 3 from right side to the left side. Or I can write, guys, for explaining purpose, I'm making so much extra steps, but if people can eliminate these steps and you can directly move ahead. But it is always advisable to clearly mention whatever we are doing. It is always advisable to put those steps so that the examiner can understand. Or I can write 2 into 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3. That is equal to 43n minus n square. Or 2 into 31 is 462 is equal to 43n minus n square. Or let us get this 43n minus n square to the left of this equation. So we are left with minus 43n plus n square plus 462 is equal to 0. or let us rearrange this equation as n square minus 43n plus 462 is equal to 0. Guys, you could see that we got a quadratic equation, and this quadratic equation is n to the power 2 minus 43n plus 462 is equal to 0. Now guys, I will just use the quadratic formula to find out the to solve this quadratic equation. So I will just use the quadratic formula method. I will just use this quadratic formula method to find out the to solve this quadratic equation. So the quadratic formula is given by, we know that what is quadratic formula, we know that x is equal to minus b plus or minus b plus or minus root over of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So here instead of x, here we know instead of x, what is that we have n. N is equal to, so just I am considering n here, n is equal to minus b plus or minus root over of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So let's find out the values first. What is a from the above quadratic equation? A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 43, and c is equal to 462. So guys, just I extracted the values of a, b, c from this quadratic equation. Now let us see what we can do. We got a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 43, and c is equal to 462. Now let us solve b square minus 4ac, that is equal to minus 43 square minus 4 into a into c. The value of a is 1 and the value of c is 462. So this is what I did. Or I can write b square minus 4ac is equal to, the square of 43 is 1849 minus 1848. If you multiply 4 into 1 into 462, we will get 1848. Or I can write b square minus 4ac is equal to 1. Guys, this is what we got. Now let us put these values in our above quadratic equation formula that we got. N is equal to minus b minus minus 43. So minus b plus or minus root over of 1 upon 2 into 1, 2a. So 2a is nothing but 2 into 1, and we got the value of b square minus 4ac as 1. For that reason I took root over of 1. Or I can write, or n is equal to minus into minus 43, it became plus 43 plus or minus 1 by 2. Or n is equal to, so now let us split these equations into two parts. Or one part is n is equal to 43 plus 1 upon 2, and the other part is 43 plus 1 by 2, and the other one is n is equal to 43 minus 1 by 2. Or let us solve this one, or I can write or n is equal to 44 by 2 or 44 upon 2, and the other value is n is equal to 42 upon 2. Or we got n is equal to 22, and the other one is n is equal to 21. So guys, you could see that we got two values of n. One is 22 and the other one is 21. This is our answer. This is what we are looking for. So we can easily say that this is 1 and this is 1. So we can, as per the question was asking us how many terms of the AP 63, 60, 57 must be taken so that sum is 693. So we can tell either we can take 22 terms, either, therefore we can say either we can take 21 terms, or even 20 or 22 terms to get the sum of to get the sum is 693. To get the sum 693. To get the sum 693. Hope guys you understood this calculation or this process, but still if you have doubts, please reach out to me in the comment section of this video. I will get back to you once I see your comments. Guys, if you really like my videos, please subscribe.
If you really like my videos, I would request you to kindly subscribe and also let your friends know. This will motivate me to create similar videos in the future. Thank you. Bye.